prepared to break the silence, I'll be out in the sunshine, running beside the lions. I've been feeling down, but I've been looking up, afraid to fall. God, I've been so down, can you pick me up? Don't let me fall. Can you show me how?
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I have a super easy fall/autumn look for you guys. I actually created two different looks using the finger eyeshadow technique that I showed you guys last year. I wanted to create something super fall and autumny, but I wanted something easy because you guys know I'm a mother of two and I don't have a whole lot of time. So even though I love makeup, fashion, fitness, and all that stuff, I can't take a super long time doing absolutely anything. So these looks you guys can really do like in 5 minutes, but I did two different ones on each eye so you guys can see how the technique works with different colors. This one I did like an orange, red, and brown, and this one's more like a burnt yellow with the forest green and the brown on the edge. For those of you that are new here, my name is Queen V, that's VII. Press the red subscribe button and become a honeybee today for free. Give mama a big fat like, and without further ado, let's get right into the video. Okay guys, so we begin right away priming our face. I'm going to be using the Clinique Super Primer Color Corrector, and this one is one of my favorites thus far. Before I used to use a different one, the Urban Decay, but I have been using this the past like few months and I'm loving it because I do have like some redness and stuff, and it color corrects everything. It's super awesome for like oily to combination skin, so it controls the oils very well. And then I'm gonna go in with the NYX Professional Brow Glue to get my eyebrows ready. First I brush them forward and backward and forward again to get that glue really in there. And then I'm gonna brush them to the top. I like to use my middle finger to kind of stick the hairs. And you might hear my baby in the background. Baby Paris is just playing with her toys. So then I like to wait a minute or two for my brow gel to dry before I put on foundation on my skin. For foundation, I'm going to go in with my favorite, the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation. The color is CN90 Sand. CN90 Sand. It used to have a different name, which is the name at the top. But then now it's called CN90 Sand. And I'm almost out of it. I love it so much, and I live like 2 minutes from an Ulta, so I don't even know why I don't go to the store and get some more, but like I'm almost out of it and I need to go buy some, but I'm just like so busy all the time. I always forget to go to the store and get it. See what we can get out of this bottle. I'm gonna blend that in with a damp beauty blender. For concealer, I'm going to go in with this Estee Lauder concealer and color light medium. I don't really like this concealer very much, but I'm almost done with it, thank God, so I can never buy it again. It's a little bit too thin, and I can see the dark circles under my eyes just even after blending it. Like, it doesn't even last and cover very well. My favorite concealer so far is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, or Tape Shape. I always mix up the words. But I was thinking, if you guys want, to buy the new Kylie Jenner concealer and review it for you guys and see if it's something that I like. So far so good. I've tried a few concealers and the only one I like is the Tarte Shape Tape or Tape Shape or whatever. And this one I don't like at all. So I do not recommend, if you want good coverage, to get the Estee Lauder concealer. So for the best performance for this concealer, I just let it sit for a couple minutes so it's not like too thin and it's not sliding everywhere. And while that sits, I'm just gonna do my contour. I'm gonna be using the Cover FX palette in the color Contour. I like to outline my jaw a little bit just because I have like a fuller face. And then I pucker up my lips to be sure that the contour is going in the right place. I'm gonna blend my concealer using a small dry beauty blender. And then I'm gonna bake my face with the Maybelline translucent powder. I also like to set my forehead and eyebrows, and I always use my concealer to prep for eyeshadow, so we're gonna set that as well. For my eyebrows, I'm gonna go in with the Morphe eyebrow pencil. This is in color Chocolate Mousse. I used to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Eyebrow Wiz, but this literally does the same thing for only $8, so I just started buying this one. I start with a line under the brow. And then I'm going to fill in my brows using the NYX Brow Tint pen. This is in color Espresso. This is literally my new favorite eyebrow product. It makes your eyebrows look so microbladed. And I tried microblading my eyebrows, but literally I work out too much, so the sweat doesn't make the eyebrows last. I mean, it's like $300 to do it, at least for me, and it didn't last only but a couple weeks because I work out so much that all the sweat would expose the vegetable ink that they use, because it's like tattooing your brows, and it just didn't last long at all. So this is like the next best thing. I'm just gonna get really close here. So I'll do hair-like strokes so it looks really natural, but I'm not gonna lie, using the camera as a mirror is like almost impossible. But this is kind of like what it ends up looking like. It's a little bit messier than usual, but oh well. Okay, so each eye is gonna have 3 colors, a light, a medium, and a dark, but I'm gonna make them a little bit different than each other, but they're both going to be like fall vibes, you know? For the first eye, I'm gonna start with an orangey shade. I'm gonna use the Alamar Cosmetics palette, and I'm gonna use this color Tropico. I love this shade of orange. I'm gonna do a line like this. And then for the center color, I want to go with a reddish color. I'm going to use my Glamlite Pizza palette in the color Pepperoni. And then for the outer corner, we're going to use a coffee color. So this is Cafecito from the Alamar Cosmetics palette. Yummy. So now that we have our 3 fall colors, I'm just going to take a small fluffy brush and I'm going to start blending them in. Start with the lightest shade. And I just like to clean it off a little bit before going to the next color, just to be sure that we don't mix the colors in too much. And now I'm just gonna add a little bit more brown because I don't want the outside to look patchy. So we can just add more of the colors as we go. I just only like to do a little bit at first and then add as I go so I don't make a mess. Alright, so after blending for like 100 years, this is what it looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and take off my bake under my eye. And I'm going to use that same red shade for the bottom lash line. And then I'm going to go in with my Soft Glam palette. And I'm going to use the color Glistening to highlight. Usually I don't highlight under my brow anymore, but because we use 3 intense shades, I really want to brighten up that area. a little bit in my inner corner. And that's it for the eyeshadows in this eye. Now we're going to move on to the right eye and use 3 different colors. For this eye, I'm going to go in with a lighter color, and this is Coco Taxi. And then for the center, I wanted to do a forest green, so I'm going to go in with the color Basil from the Glamlite Pizza palette. For the end of the eye, I'm also going to use Cafecito. Can't go wrong with brown on a fall look. Now don't be afraid to add a little bit more color as you go. That's what I'm doing. It's just easier to add color than subtract it. So start with a little bit at a time. And then I'm going to brighten that eye up with some pineapple. And I'm going to use that same green shade for the bottom lash line. Alright, so these are the 2 different fall eyeshadows. I'm going to go ahead and do eyelashes off camera, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so lashes and eyeliner is done. These looks ended up a little bit darker than I expected, but they are fun. For blush, I'm going to use my Milani Baked Blush in color Berry Amore. I love Milani's baked blushes because they have a little bit of shimmer. I also like to put a little bit on my nose. I don't really contour my nose, I just like to make it look a little bit sun-kissed, no matter the time of year. For highlight, I'm going to use my Aurora Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, and I'm going to use the color Lyra. And so because the eyes ended up darker than I expected, they are giving me some smoky eye vibes. So I'm going to keep the lips neutral with my Revlon Kiss Lip Balm. This is in color Sweet Cherry. This has a light tint to it. I literally use this like 100 times a day. And lastly, I'm going to set my face using the Iconic London Prep Setting Glow. Alright guys, so that's it for today's easy fall look. Now even though the eyeshadow looks turned out a little bit darker than I expected, you guys can do this with any shades. So you don't have to go as dark as I did. You can do a light, a medium, and a dark, and slightly lighter colors if you guys want to do that. If I had more time, I definitely would try more combos for fall, but that's all the time that I have for you guys today until my next video. But as always, if you guys want to see more videos of fashion, fitness, and beauty, don't forget to press the red subscribe button and become a honeybee today for free. Give mama a big fat like, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.